So I'm working on frame 40. Okay. So now, let's see here. The overall shape, I need to be less reliant on looking at the lines, I think. And I need to like actually build the shapes out of like other shapes. That's not helpful. But basically what I'm trying to say is that I need to be able to draw without reference. So I need like a method for constructing the bodies. I need to know how like the legs bend and like, okay, that's, I don't hate that as far as like a simplified shape goes. I feel like I missed the mark when it comes to keeping it in its lane, yo. But what can you do? I need to be able to draw the bone structure underneath it too. Says one YouTuber artist that I forget what. I don't think I watched this video. I just like saw what do you call it? I saw his thumbnail, and I liked what he did with or she, but it's probably a dude, with his bone structure. Has anybody ever walked up to you and said, "You have great bone structure"? It's a weird compliment. I remember I went to the dentist once, and they were just like, "You have such a strong jaw structure," or something, and I was just like, "Thanks, I'm flattered." Just like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Drink a lot of milk, I guess. And then they're just like, "You need to give us 100K." I'm just like, "Well, I ain't got 100K." It's just like, well, I guess you don't get to smile at people anymore. Well, that was a little bit TMI. Why has he got his face on the ground? He doesn't need his snoot on the ground. Okay, I don't hate it. Yes, I do. But I feel like I made the lines just too sharp, and they were supposed to be softer. Okay. Moving on. 50. Okay. So how to do this? So if I do the line of action first, which I keep talking about, I do a circle for the head. I guess what I'm struggling to do is figure out exactly where the segments end. And how to like draw the thigh and how the thigh like works. Like, I think I'm starting to, like, understand the overall simplified shape. I like that. I like how thin that is. And I think that overall some of my simplification is getting better in some areas. You know, I said I wasn't tired, and then I started, now I'm tired. Don't you love it when that happens? But I've already committed, so I'm gonna do this until either I get to the bottom of the page or I don't know. Until I can't do it no more. And then the other question is, do I want to make spaghetti? Right now, I only have spaghetti on hand, so if I get hungry, that's all I can eat. But I also have to ration my spaghetti because I don't have anything else after that. And some people say that I should get a job. Get a job! And she's like, well, I can't find one that works for me. Okay, TMI. But, what do you expect? It's nearly 3 in the morning. I'm delirious. And frustrated and angry and stressed out and a bunch of other things. And here I am drawing pretty pictures of, well, I'm drawing pictures of pretty foxes. It's more accurate, not pretty pictures of foxes. Yeah, it's disproportionate. Okay, I hate that, but the back legs didn't come out so bad. Alright, I'm not going to dwell too much on it. I'm just going to move on. Because the more I do, the 51, the better they will become, hopefully. Alright. So head, the bean shape. Now I gotta get the barrel in there. It's just like, but they don't like work the way I think that ribs work. I don't fully understand this shape and why this shape exists. And the shoulder doesn't look like a human shoulder does, so it's hard. Well, and also the bicep is different too, but I couldn't tell you how. The forearm is kind of similar to a forearm. The wrist is a bit weird, and also the fingers are a bit weird. And, gosh dang, I'm getting very tired now. Just use a little bit of brain power and just tuckers you out, huh? The ears are obviously completely different because they're shaped like a triangle. I want to say a cone. Is that even accurate? I feel bad for dogs that have to, well, get neutered in the first place, but also have to wear cones. If I ever get a dog, I am not getting it fixed. I feel like it should have the right to its parts. Sue me. Don't know why I'm talking about that. But yeah, you heard me right, Internet. I will fight. Wait. I don't know. I don't think anybody cares. Hey, I'm just saying, I felt bad for Reek, okay? From Game of Thrones. And, well, I feel like it's pretty much the same. You might think that's extreme. I thought what happened to Reek was really, really messed up, and I hated that. But there's this one character in Beastars, and, well, some bad stuff happened to him, and I don't think that was right. I forgot that that existed until this moment. Any Beastar fans in the chat? Nobody in the chat? Okay. Party one. This is why I have to learn how to entertain myself, you know? Okay. I mean, I need to really understand how to turn this into a water balloon. That is not helpful advice, but it might be. Because it's just a squashy, well, stretch and pull is what they keep saying. Squash and stretch or something. That's a good shot of the pause. But I still didn't do them justice. That doesn't... Why is his head so down all the time? Okay, so I need to be able to draw the head shape without the ears, I guess. And then I can put the ears on after. Like, eventually, I want to be able to, well, kind of make paper dolls. Well, with modular parts. I haven't fully figured it out, how I'm going to do anything in life. So, this is the drawing board. Huh? So when I say go back to the drawing board, this is something... Man, I'm retarded. You're not allowed to say that anymore. I'm sorry. I had a coworker once who just like said that's retarded, or he called me retarded, and I was just so happy that he just called me that. I was just like, you know what? I appreciate you for calling me that. Some people would cancel you on the internet, but, you know, I respect you. And yes, I may be a little retarded. Okay, I need to start getting my apology video ready. Just like, make one of those thumbnails where it's just like, I'm sorry, you know, cry for the camera. This is my public apology video. Do people do that for the views or because they actually mean it? I have no idea. There's this one artist that I used to follow. I should probably, well, whatever. I think she's a fantastic artist, and she, her name is Onips. And if you haven't seen her content, I would recommend you go check it out, because she's a much better artist than me. And I think that she did like artwork for Team Liquid, if you're familiar with that. And she did like some stuff for World of Warcraft. Okay, now I'm like really just making it up as I go. I keep like changing like how I do things. Like sometimes I'm using the negative shapes, and sometimes I'm using the shapes that I see, and sometimes that's just like, I need to pick a lane and stick in it. I need like a system of drawing, but I haven't figured it out yet. And I need to draw what I see also. I just really like the swoop of the leg, like so much. I don't know why. I just do. It's one of those things, I guess. I also don't get it. I think I'm gonna have to like make food in a little while. Okay, so this is the bicep, shoulder, what? No, that's not a bicep. Wait, yes it is. Biceps and triceps. Wow, just like, do you know anatomy, bro? And this is why people go to work out, to learn about their anatomy. Or to walk on treadmills. I remember I went for a huge walk once, because the car wasn't working, so I had to walk, like, I don't know, 6 towns over, because I wanted to go visit my grandmother in the hospital. And while I was walking, and it was a very long walk, and I exhausted myself, and I, like, injured myself walking so much, and I still haven't fully recovered. Like, one of my hips on the right side, it feels like a robot that needs oil, and it's like rubbing against things wrong. And then one of my ankles, or one of my, well, not an ankle, it's one of the muscles in my foot, like, I don't know, it hurts sometimes. Specifically when I wear shoes. When I don't wear shoes, it doesn't hurt. So I wonder if it has something to do with the shoes. Anyway, I was walking clear across town, and I walked past this one place. It was like this Orange Fitness or something, and I looked in there, and there was a bunch of people that were just like on treadmills. And I was just like, dude, why don't you just go for a walk? But a lot of people come at me for that too. I don't know. I just call it how I see it, folks. Wow, it's been 17. Oh. Because I thought it was like 15 last time I checked it, and I did like a lot of not so great drawings, I guess. I can't tell if I'm like being sloppy or if I'm just being like more effective. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But I need to get my proportions like correct. It's not right at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb or 5, 6, 7, 8. Tell me who you really hate. Or tell me who we appreciate. And then somebody comes into the chat and they're just like, make America great. Get the fuck out of here. I'm thinking about, I was watching this other streamer. He plays Apex Legends, and he's the GOAT. The greatest to ever, wait, the greatest of all time. The greatest to ever do it. TG Tedai? He's the TG Tedai. Nobody says that. Let's make that a thing. He's the TG Tedai. Just like, what does that mean? The greatest to ever do it. Okay, yeah. I'm fucking retarded. And this is one of the reasons my mother does not associate with me. Eesh. I feel like I messed something up here. Because he's got biceps and he's got triceps. And he's stretching forward. I really like this stretch though. And he's got the wrist. And he's got the dew claw as well. which maybe I should like incorporate more. I feel like I've sort of gone out of bounds, and I feel like I keep struggling with this specific problem. 54. But what can you do? Just practice. Can you imagine that this is only 17 seconds into this thing? I've stretched 17 seconds into over 2 hours. I think it's like approaching 3 hours. And this is what I call the breakdown. Because we're breaking it down. No, wait, that doesn't make sense, does it? Okay. Just to imagine that some people spend a lot of time editing their videos, and I'm just like, nope, sending it in there just as it is. Whatever stupid stuff I said, it's there forever. And just being authentic, I guess. Is it dangerous? Some other people seem to think so. They ask me if I care, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe one day I'll get bullied off the internet. It's just like, you're not even good. I know. And then there'll be some other people just like, no, you're perfect just the way you are. Just like, you're wrong. Don't know what you're talking about. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm slamming the desk out of rage because I lost a chess game. Which I did, and that wasn't anything to do with Magnus Carlsen, by the way. I just happened to slam the desk. And then I watched a video of him do it, and I'm just like, same, brother, same. Just like I feel much more validated for quote-unquote being an immature child. It's just like, some people are coming into his chat, and they're just like, you know, there was this one chick, and she's just like, chess is a gentleman's game. You know, he needs to grow up. But I'm just like, I had to hold back, because I just wanted to tell her, I was just like, I think what I said was, so in the split second that he got angry, and then he composed himself and gave, you know, the other guy a handshake, just like, what did you want him to do? Are you implying that he's not allowed to show emotion at all? And she deleted her comment. There's this other person that was just like, that was completely unacceptable, and he has to forfeit his wife to the other player for his needs. And I was just like, that is way out of line, buddy. There is no reason to bring his wife into this. Not to mention she's like pregnant. No, wait. Not anymore, I don't think. I think that he's already got a kid, and he's now a father, just like Jacob Drawfee is going to be. I'm kind of pathetic. Just like I don't have anybody in my personal life. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just keeping tabs on like all of these celebrities or whatever. Oh shoot, have I become one of those people? What's the... Darn it, I didn't want to become one of these people. I'm not like overly invested or anything. I just happen to know. You know, because other people told me. I don't know. Being a fan is hard. It's just like, where's the boundary line? Just like, oh boy. So I need to figure out how to do the elbow here. I don't think I did that much justice. Just to know that, you know, these streamers don't care about me personally. They just want me to watch their content. I don't like what I did here. It's just like, why? Why? The neck needs to go further. It's just like, it keeps not looking right. Like, I can't tell if it's, I'm, like, doing something that's not right. But I can barely see, so I don't know what to tell you, dude. Proportions are, like, wrong. Maybe I should, like, zoom in some more. That's a good photo. 56. Oh. I'm not playing chess. I should have updated that. 57. Excuse me while I just update this real quick. I'm getting so tired. Don't work then. I can't be bothered. Fox study. Drawing. That's not a drawing. Gesture. Sketch of foxes. Whatever, it's spelled wrong, but I can't be bothered. Nobody's going to care anyway. And if they do care, that's awesome. But most likely nobody's going to care. On that 3 consecutive person streak, or creep. Because I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Ugh, I don't understand how to... Like this? Is this what the shape looks like? Because I need to break it down into like different segments too. That way when I'm drawing from like imagination, what which is the stage after being able to draw it from reference. I have to say, this is way more effective than like some of the other studies that I've done in the past, I think. But perhaps drawing from reference is easier than drawing from life. I mean, it would be moving if it was in real life, and I wouldn't be able to get, like, shots like this. And that's the point of taking a video. So thank you to these people for taking video. I don't like what I did here. It's just like, it all looks sloppy. And that doesn't look right. 58. I really like this shot. Okay. So I'm gonna try something else. So I'm gonna go with, well, so one for the rear, one for the body, and one for the head. And so it goes here, here, and it goes into the shoulders here, which is important, which goes into here. But I don't fully understand the armpit, if that's what you want to call it. Why is his nose always on trampoline? I don't understand. Like, if I was jumping on a trampoline, I wouldn't put my snoot on the trampoline all the time. Somebody needs to teach this pup how to jump on a trampoline. Get me, Spider-Man. I don't know what's wrong with me. Must have been dropped on my head too many times as a child. No, that's not true. It was always getting slapped in the back of the head. Good times, good times. But then I traded one hellhole for another. My goodness. I wonder if I'm ever going to be like something art related. If I'm just going to like not do anything art related. I mean, most of the time I like look at my art and I'm just like, oh, a 5-year-old could do that. And it's true, a 5-year-old could do that. But keep in mind that 5-year-olds can also play chess to a very crazy degree. 5-year-olds are very competent if you like teach them correctly. Like, I'm not opposed to putting children in the workforce, so long as it's what they want to do, you know? Give them, like, spending money to go do fun stuff. I don't know. I don't have a kid. And I'm constantly reminded that by people that do have kids. Fucking shit back. Sorry. Sorry. I'm just angry with myself. For a variety of reasons. That we don't need to get into. I don't like this. I feel like I messed up somewhere. Alright, moving on. Alright. So, tail, and the head here. Alright, so if it's like a long tube, which some people say it might be, and it's supposed to connect here. Not like that. Something more like that, maybe. And then we have the hips and the thighs. Just go back, and then down, and then back. Oh, too thick. Here to here, and then they go down. And this nice swoop here, and that goes into the shoulders, which, well, that's not a shoulder, is it? That's a bicep and a tricep. I wonder if it's also called a bicep and a tricep on a vulpus. Formal vulpus. Fox 4. That's a spell that I'm trying to figure out how to make it work. Because I think being an animorph would be pretty dope. If you've ever read Animorph series, that's pretty cool. Nobody I know speaks of it. Sometimes they reference the TV show, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I do, but I've never actually watched an episode of it. I read the book series because I'm classy. Whatever. In other news, one of my favorite childhood shows as a kid was Code Lyoko, which was like this French anime that featured these kids that went to boarding school, which wasn't important, but it was. And they found this factory, and they go into this virtual world to fight off monsters. That was my favorite show as a kid. I don't know why I brought it up. Oh, but they like made a live action version of it or something, and I thought it was awful. They need to stop with all this. Oh, let's take this old show and do a reboot of it. Just no, it was good the way it was. You know, if you're not improving upon it. You're just taking the same thing and making it worse. It was fine the way it was. 58, 59. Man. I wonder how well you can see this on the camera. This is zoomed out. This is all the doggies that we've done. Zoomed in. Now, it might look like they're all the same, but they aren't. And I haven't really gotten any better, huh? Like, can you imagine these being stuck in some art book somewhere? Just like, this is how you draw a dog? I can't. Am I actually learning anything from this is what I'm wondering. Okay. So, if I draw 2 and the back. Like, what I think I'm missing is, like, the neck. I think I need to do better on the neck. I think I made that too thick. I did not play the Dutch well earlier. I don't know how... What is his name? GM Neeksens. Neeksens? Neeksens. But Artur Neeksens is his name. I've been watching his content because he was coaching Gotham for a period of time, and then he wasn't anymore, so I felt like their styles probably didn't go together well. I don't know. I feel like Nick Sens could probably learn some things from Gotham, but I don't know. I wonder if Gotham could actually, because a lot of people online say that he couldn't become a GM, and I'm just like, if you guys don't believe in him, how is he supposed to believe in himself? Type of thing, you know? What kind of fans are you? Get out of here. Yeah, I'll listen to Hikaru too much. But I've been like looking at some of his games lately. Well, anyway, he's still better than me by far. I'm a piece of shit. And that's why my rating is so low. But sometimes I ask myself, do I even like chess? And then I like boot up another game, so I don't know what that says. It's just like, sometimes I'm just like, do I even like art? And I find myself at 3 a.m., you know, drawing a bunch of foxes. I didn't like the way I did the pause. I really like the fox in the background too. Alright. So, if I start at the nose, and I go nose to the spine, to the back, to the tail, just get the outer shape, right? And I divide the shape into thirds, and I get the oh, I don't. Why am I so bad at art, dude? Just like, what am I not understanding that I should be understanding? And hey, you shouldn't bash yourself the way that I'm bashing myself. I've just spent many hours practicing drawing, and I just don't feel like I'm getting better over time. I feel like I'm getting worse all the time. Just like backwards progress. And I understand that this is also part of the process. You know, because the better that you get, the more mistakes that you realize you are making. which I think applies also in chess and in life. There's always more to learn. And you should try learning something every day. Today, I asked the AI engine, just like, who actually buys magazines? You know, because I see magazines mostly in like hospitals or, you know, waiting rooms and stuff like that. And you know, occasionally I'll see people like going through the magazines, and it's just like, I've tried to pick up a magazine while I'm there just because I'm just like, okay, what do you do with these things? And it doesn't seem like readable content to me at all. You know? And like supermarkets, it's always just like gossip this and gossip that. And it's just like, who buys these? Who reads these? And AI, it's just like, it's for people that, you know, don't want to be intellectually engaged, but want to feel like they're doing something. I don't. He said it nice. I said it stupid. I don't know. But I'm just like, most of it's just like ads, and it's not even for like ads that I know what it's for, you know? It's not like, oh, you know, our knife product is the best in the world. Wow, we like, you know, whatever. I don't believe in advertisements. I think that they're all lies. I don't like sponsors either. Everybody's just trying to make money. And I just think that it's gotten quite unethical. But nobody cares what I think. And that has been pretty... Okay. No, not like that. Okay, I'm just going to start with a ball here. Give it a neck. I need to get better at art. Shoulder. Saw this one video relatively recently, and I'm still thinking about it. There's this one artist who made this piece, and he wanted his professor to critique it. And then she was just like, do you want nice, Clara, or do you want, you know? And she was way too nice. You know, he was like, she was like, I don't get it. And he's like, it's Doge. And she's just like, who's that? And then he just like looked at her like, bitch, you crazy. You don't know who that is? Just like, you are like, you know, so out of the loop. And it's just like, I'm sure that Doge is great. I'm not really, I don't follow her. But we're not talking about Doge. We're talking about your artwork. And, you know, your artwork isn't great. You know? It's just like, do you think... Honestly, it's kind of disrespectful for Doge, you know, to say that it's in her honor. Just like, okay. But the professor has to keep her students, so she told him what he wanted to hear and found, like, a middle ground. Which is why I would probably be a bad instructor, because I'm just like, no, that's shit, mate. And, you know, and when I saw it, I was just like, okay, I need to, like, not say anything because I've got nothing nice to say. And I just thought about it for days, and I was just like, okay, I have to say something. Just like, I don't have anything nice to say. It looked copied and traced, looked rushed, and the color choice is bad. But I was mostly just like, why are you giving her a hard time? You asked her, you know, what she thought about your artwork, and you're just like, oh, it's based on Doge. And it's just like, who gives a what it's based on? You know, we're talking about your art, and just like, it doesn't stand for itself. And, you know, it doesn't have Doge's blessing on it, so, you know. But if we were critiquing my stuff, it's just like, well, the proportions are off, you know, confident lines somewhat, interesting shape language, but it's all lopsided in some areas. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to nail these proportions, though. I need to get this, like, central region, like, figured out. I want to show the form better. And the shapes better. I feel like I just did this one. They all look the same. To some people. It's like you're drawing the exact same thing over. Did I do this one? Like, already? Well, I've already started, so I can't stop. So I think that wrist divot is important, but it's not seen on the bottom one. I don't like what I did here. Again. How many times have I said that? When am I gonna like what I did here? I don't like that I didn't leave enough room for the tail. I don't like... my proportions. It's just like feels sloppy, but it is 4" by 4" too. 72. Alright, so a couple more, and then I will probably call it for now. Go make some spaghetti. Spaghetti. Okay. Well, I didn't leave enough room for the tail. Alright, so the head goes here. I need to give it more neck. Back. Crack. I wonder if an art teacher would think that this is any good at all. Eventually I'm gonna have to do like more studies of like people too. And like pull up some martial arts. There's just one guy that does like taekwondo kicks, so I'll probably do him now that I'm thinking about it. I feel like that would be pretty good reference material to study from. That's not quite right. I don't... Maybe something more like that. I'm gonna have to like also learn how to do like more detail too. You know, what is that? 73. Couple more. %? Are you kidding me? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. It goes a bit longer. I'm gonna square it off here just to try it. Get the neck in here. Try to get the subdivisions in here. I just don't get it. Some people are like old, and I would think that being old makes you wiser and smarter, and it turns out that that's not always the case. It's just like, how have you lived so long and you're still so dumb? I don't know why. Oh wait, yes, because I'm thinking about certain people. I don't know. Too much chemicals to the brain, I guess. Well, I mean, I'm not one to talk, huh? Oh, look at that. It's time to wake up. That's stupid. Why would I be getting up at like 4 a.m., dude? Oh, right. Because I used to get up at 4 a.m. I don't hate this one as much as the other ones that I've done. It's not really like that, is it? What are you looking at, my dude? Well, okay. 74. I am curious though, if I put these all like one after the other, would it make an animation? I think I skipped a couple frames at some point because I thought the body wasn't in it, but it turns out I was just zoomed out wrong. I don't think that starting with the leg approach has been particularly strong for me in the past. I'm gonna have to make some spaghetti for breakfast. So that's what my life is right now. Until something changes, hoping for some divine intervention, but so far God's been silent to me. $30 on this vape, dude. It's redonkulous. When it's gone, I'm just going to be a very angry person all the time. So I'm not looking forward to that. Not looking forward to a lot of things, I guess. Okay. Now, how would I draw this from memory? Well, we're not at that stage right now. Like, I can't really replicate, the legs from memory yet. 75. Can I sample? No. Alright. So, tail. I need to get my proportions better, which is something I keep saying. I'm trying to focus on the middle because it's the biggest shape. I wonder if anybody cares. That's an interesting question. But a lot of people didn't care about a lot of things until after the people were dead, so maybe after I'm dead my art will be worth something. Just not before. Have to be like way after, so nobody that I know can benefit off of it. That's unfortunate. I don't like what I did here. Didn't I say that this is my most common phrase now? Like, I don't know what I'm looking to achieve, really. But I do get to do the back legs. This is like the most back leg practice that I've gotten to practice. So I hope that I retain some of the information from doing so much of it. I don't like what I did there. Wow. You are a skipping record, my dude. And the tail's like less long than I thought it would be, I guess. Less foofy. Okay. 76. And one more to wrap it up. Well, I'll just put you a bit higher then. Like, how am I supposed to, remember how to do this from memory? pretty good timing, because I just got a lurch in my stomach that alerts me that I need to go to the restroom. You already know what I'm going to say. I don't really want to mess up your face. So I'm just going to try to work around that. Okay. I don't love it. 77. Okay, so let's look at all of them. If you're watching this and you have a favorite, write the number in the comments below. But you probably hate all of them. Alright, so that's it for this one. Hope you liked it. Consider subscribing, and I will talk to you at a later time. Alright, later.